loud.
One of the best smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. Off we go on a rainy one at Arrowhead. Couple yards deep. He'll bring it out of the end zone. Get across the 20. Mark him at the 22-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some explosive production and some efficiency out of this passing game.
He's very goofy.
Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Yeah, he's nice.
Ball spotted at the 45.
I don't even know.
Here's second down and 9. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He'll be hauled down and about the 35-yard line. 20-yard pickup there. Good for a Chiefs first down.
Like, yeah, man. You sit there and you stare at your face. He's a yak.
Now a handoff, running right. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. The break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And he's into the end zone. What a start. Touchdown, Chiefs. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year.
And when things haven't been
that's really all I
like
do.
they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return, coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The New England offense getting ready to go to work here. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
If there was one thing, Mike, that I thought was really evident walking out of our meeting with him earlier in the week was just how much he shouldered the blame for last week's loss. He said those 2 interceptions I threw, those are just inexcusable, and he didn't want to talk about the touchdown passes and all the good that he did. And while I think that's certainly commendable, there was a lot of other bad stuff going on in that field, too. So I think there's a lot of things they can clean up, and if they do, I think they got a great shot in this one.
Into the secondary at the 45. 20. 15. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, New England. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone.
We have a
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. On the sideline, the unmistakable Andy Reid as the Chiefs take the field once more. They've been one of the better teams running the football all year, evidenced by the ease with which they ran it on that prior drive.
I like the train on
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. He got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on.
But you're no one there.
It's incomplete.
They'll
try again here. 2nd and 10.
That's what I'm saying. The more people there,
throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel bad that I'm...
And one effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it. Someone's away. Showing off the big man. So this ball is going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Patriots offense, and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be taken down.
And that's what it is. Well, what do you do if you're judging somebody?
About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
Of course, I think it.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Like so often we see when a draw play is called, so much of the success depends upon what look do you get from the defense. In this case, they dial up a blitz. It could be feast or famine. In this case, it's famine. The blitz runs right into the draw. They get stopped. No gain.
He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
It's awkward.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
First down, Patriots.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. First down, Patriots.
Why? You tell me all these places, and you tell me
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense, and then what can you say about that ball? You can't put that ball in a better spot. With timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. On the sideline, the unmistakable Andy Reid as the Chiefs take the field once more. They've been able to move the ball with relative ease. Their first couple of possessions, both ending in touchdowns. But still they find themselves tied as they start with the ball again here on first down. On the ground, it's the rookie from UT. Cutting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll spin his way forward. For a gain of about 4.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
And he'll get this to the 35. That's good enough for the first down.
And it looked at first like that opening was going to close up on him, didn't it, Mike? I mean, really nice job there by the back. Patient and quickness, kind of all at the same time to find that hole. And he's able to get through to keep this drive alive.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now give on the ground, and not much there. He's back to the original line.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down. Handoff here, up the middle. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. So after 1, all even on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. They've got it with 2nd down and 13 in front of them. Here's Mahomes. Working the right side, taken in by Rice. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. 3rd and goal.
Now 3rd and goal.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And the drive stalls out as he's brought down. And the field goal unit likely to come on here on 4th and goal. Now Andy Reid will bring in the field goal unit. This about as short as you can get. This one is good.
Bro, it's literally the highest that
Chiefs
like
move out in front. The new score 17
that's
to
just
14.
terrible. And bro, my friends go there like,
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that in front.
The Patriots offense. And they're running back, set to go once more. He has run the ball well to this point in the season, right there amongst the NFL leaders in rushing.
That's just what I hear.
He is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Multiple birdies.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete. It is 3rd and long.
What's not like I have stuff to lose.
He'll look to throw. Headed left, buying time. Taking off, he'll try to get there. He'll get a dozen out of that one.
My homeboy got just deep in there.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner.
And he's going to go all the way
I'm sure he's great
for the touchdown. But hold everything. There's a flag way back on the other side of the field. And this one is going to get wiped away. Oh, as costly as they come. The holding call wipes away what would have been a long touchdown. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Patriots first down.
First down, New England.
Now a give up the middle. He gets free. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, New England. So that is 2 touchdowns in this game. And now 15 for the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. And his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
We can really go this week. We can really go Friday. I don't know.
From the 35, it's first and 10.
Oh, yeah, you don't work Friday.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That is caught down the field. It's worthy. A gain there of 27 yards.
And our Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, no, but I'm
Now they'll run. And now he loses the football. Inside
No, I get you.
And he rumbles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery. And the great return for the touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
He's going to like not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision, as this ball comes out to the 35. The Chiefs offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll begin with first and 10.
This is not a problem.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And we'll see where they spot this. Very close to a first down. He's forced out just shy of the mark.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open net.
A throw on the move is caught. That's a spirit catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Up the middle they go. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Yeah, exactly. Get a recap.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he will score! Rashi Rice Down KC. His 4th TD grab of the season. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Chiefs will cut the deficit down to 4.
Chiefs 24.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Flowers now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Pates offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down.
That's fine.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. That's taken in. And he's going to have the Pats first down as this defense can't come up with the play they needed. They surrender a gain of 17 on fourth down. That is incomplete.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to two. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and now you can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. And the Patriots ready to kick it away. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. Here's Xavier Worthy and his Kansas City teammates getting set for their next possession. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mahomes. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
First down.
On first down, it's Mahomes. He'll get that one complete to Rice. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tight end going in motion here. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Third and long for Mahomes. Here's a ball thrown deep, right sideline. That is brought in. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end.
Our trip through the NFL starts now. In the Windy City, the Bears at home to take on the Lions in the NFC North. And it's Caleb Williams. He's going to find his man. Touchdown.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Patriots offense and their running back set to go once more. And he has been a tough guy to contain all season long, as reflected in those numbers that you see there. And they bring him down to 9 until he gets the 45-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's got even stronger now here in the second.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain. They'll look to throw. As he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Quick throw, taken in. And they will finally run him down. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
It's first down, and they'll run. He's to the 10. And he won't quite get to the end zone, but they're going to be set up at the 2-yard line. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
Brings up second and goal at the Chiefs' 3-yard line.
Now they'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on third and goal. Back to throw. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes fourth and goal. The Patriots will turn it over to their field goal unit. His kick is perfect. And the Pats will extend their third quarter lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. On the sideline, the unmistakable Andy Reid as the Chiefs take the field once more. They trail here by a touchdown, and this drive will start with a first down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
Now a run on first down. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From just across the midfield stripe, Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes quickly out to right. He's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
2nd and 9.
Throwing now, Mahomes. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable and just line up and snap it again.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
He'll try the right side this time, and he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Throw on the run is complete. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes. The throw here is complete. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
At the Patriots 7-yard line.
Now, Mahomes. This is intercepted. And the Patriots will take over at their own 14-yard line. Another 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
15-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
But after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And he's going to have a Patriots first down as he'll take it forward to the 27.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Patriots
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Going up top. That is caught. And this will bring them all the way down to the 20-yard line. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 53 yards. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground they go. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. 4th quarter begins on the ground. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7. Task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Forced out wide. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Patriots. That touchdown, number 1 for him on the year. A try here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Patriots will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This placed in the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. On the sideline, the unmistakable Andy Reid as the Chiefs take the field once more. They'll start out first down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the right side here, pass is caught. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes. That's caught! And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll go with the run. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
First down.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Kansas City.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Here's Mahomes. They'll try to do it with the screen. And he's not going to get in. The decision to go for 2 doesn't pay off. Unable to cut any further into the deficit. Flowers now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And it will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Patriots offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. They'll begin here on the ground. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now the Chiefs can call the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
First down, New England.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. A run on 1st and goal. And he's got another one. Touchdown, New England. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game, and it adds up to 16 now on the season. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Couldn't take the chance. They're going to return it from the goal line. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. The throw is Mahomes. A throw on the move is caught. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They send the tight end in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He'll step up and run this. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. Time is an issue. 1 timeout, 2-minute warning to work with, but they need points. 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
To throw is Mahomes. There he goes again. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 17.
On 2nd down, nowhere to go. He is taken down. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. Mahomes. Got a man over the middle. It's Worthy. And he's going to have the 1st down. Just past the marker. It is 1st and goal.
14 yards. That's another Kansas City.
Now Mahomes.
1st down.
To the end zone and is batted away. It is incomplete.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look, and they were ready, and they took him away.
Now he'll run it, and he will get into the end zone. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Chiefs. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So now another extra point try here from a little shorter distance. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. A 1-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
Recovering an onside kick has really become kind of a lost art nowadays, Mike. You just don't see it very often. They're trying to find where's the weak link, where's the hole in the recovery unit. The kicker's going to put the ball there, and then it's just a race to recover.
And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards. Mahomes now on 2nd down. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
3rd down.
Putting the tight end in motion. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Mahomes going to keep it himself. He'll take this forward for about 5. Now, 2nd and 4.
7-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Quickly to the outside and complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
And he will stop the clock with 5 seconds left. They'll come up now for second down. Patrick to throw. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned